This is called Comes a Mousy. Comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see the doctor right away. Comes love, nothing can be done. She wiggles her fingers, she wriggles her toes, tries to mouth the words. She gurgles in her cot, waves her head about, hits her mobile toys. I sing her old jazz standards from the first day of her life. From tiny tot to the toddler of now, she can join in and sing with relish and delight and demand of daddy, sing me mousy, sing me mousy. Comes the measles, you can quarantine a room. Comes a mousy, you can chase it with a broom. Comes love, nothing can be done. 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 Comes love, ha! Nothing can be done, Dan. Thank you.
Thanks, Donall. Was that for your daughter?
Yeah.
Nice one.
It just happened when she was very small. I'd get her up my arms and I'd sing everything to her, from old jazz standards to Beatles to everything. That's the one she liked, and she used to call it, sing Mousy for me.
Nice one.
So I did. This is called A Chair in the Sky. I wrote this for tonight. I wrote Mousy for tonight too. A Chair in the Sky is a track off Joni Mitchell's 79 Mingus album. So I used her as an epigram. But now Manhattan holds me to a chair in the sky, with the bird in my ears and boats in my eyes going by. I break cleanly through the dream, gasping for morning. Well, hello there, smiles the newest day. I still had memories clasped in my hand, but they lost their lustre in the light. Glad to have you back with us, shouted the room a little too loudly, and the furniture agreed wholeheartedly. They needed a human to give them a purpose, otherwise they were just pieces of wood. Sunlight grovelled, fawning at my feet, licking the tips of my toes. The window had arranged trees and flowers and fields to prove an existence of a world. The curtains breathed in, then out again, the lungs of the room. I gathered myself together, put on my past, searching for my present. Now where did I put my future? Read me, a dog-eared book demanded, barking page 69 all the time. Shut it, I told it, shutting it. It fell, falling silent. Soon the morning came fully into being. How do you do? It inquired politely. Fine, I lied. Fine. Now where the hell did I leave my mind? I found it under some dried up dreams that had escaped from sleep. My mind was a little rusty, but still worked, even if a little slowly. Okay, shouted the day. Let's get this existence on the road. You have to shout, I moaned. No, it whispered, but can we get on with it? Reality is, I thought, a foreign country. They do things differently there. Scattered dreams. Whenever I fell asleep, my father came and cupped me in his hands, carried me to bed as if I were as precious as water in a hot, dry land, or draped like discarded clothing on a couch, in a garden, on a bench or a beach. I would be gathered up and awake to find myself back in the safety of my own bed. And I would have thought I had flown or been magically transported by a spell, but it was only the ordinary magic of my father cradling me in his arms, gathering up the littlest of my scattered dreams, stroking my hair and tiptoeing backwards out of the room, his voice full of tenderness casting a spell. Good night, son. Good night. Good night. Thank you.
Thanks, Donall.
Okay, so my friend had just won a glamorous granny competition, and I went to see her, and she was in bits. She had broken heels, snagged nylons, her hair was like a bird's nest, and this is called climbing trees in high heels. The swish of her dress as thigh crosses thigh, the static electricity of her nylons laddered from climbing trees in high heels. The rescued cat now safely asleep by the fire, snoring, not purring. the whiskey, a jewel in the cut-glass decanter, the glint in her eye, again the sigh as thigh crosses thigh, she singing softly to herself as if she was the only one left in existence. The clock leaving a longer and longer silence between each tick and tock and tock. The clock now stopped. Looking elegant in a thin white vase, the yellow chrysanthemums just stared and stared as if they were frightened of the silence. A shepherd carrying a lamb in chipped china, looking out of place, without his companion piece, a busty shepherdess, broken only last week. It was 7:10, though the clock did not know that. Time had abandoned the room. Outside, the first snowflake falling. Thank you.